the law of reversibility correctly, your reality will shift.
Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lovers Show, baby. It's Sunday night. Get ready for Bitcoin and the weekly candle close. Why is it blurry? I don't understand. It wasn't blurry earlier. So weird. Close. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Don't know why it was blurry. Wasn't blurry before, but maybe somehow, some way, maybe when I was in the back of the screen doing something earlier. I have no idea. Doesn't make any sense, but hey, it's crystal clear now. That looks spot on. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's break it down. I'm staring at you, kid. Here's looking at you, kid. Let's do it. Me and you. We're about to break it down. Let's see if we can make some money tonight. You never know what could happen on the Lifer Show. Let's have some fun. And again, nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before getting into any... Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Sorry about that. I was missing a pocket square, and I almost had it, you know. You want to see the best way to do a cool pocket square? Hand closed, circle, poof in, hold the circle. I like to make like a rosebud out of that if I can. That wasn't as good as I like. Close the circle a little tighter. There we go. And I like to kind of do this, and when I come up, I want to see this round. See that? Both of those are pretty, guys. That side's a little better. I look at which one's visually stunning. And then I plop it in. That's it. That's it. That's it. Ever so lightly. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let's break it down. Let's have some fun. Let's do what we do every single day here on the channel and just have fun. All right? I love y'all. This is what we're going to do. Let's look at Bitcoin. And the first thing we do is look at Bitcoin in the weekly candle close. I do have to talk about my babies. RIO, man. We talked about Relio. And the fact that it was RWA, and this thing was going to the upside. Look, it pumped all the way to 95 to come back down to 91, but you knew this thing was on its way. I put it in a flag earlier today, and look at that flag broke to the upside as well from the 86, but I started looking this thing down when it was 60, 50 even, but you could see it was just when Bitcoin took the huge dump, this coin didn't dump, and I said to everybody, everything dump, but this thing just went here to the bottom of the channel. I said, that's that, you know, it's at 61, and look, it's already up 50%, like that. Pretty crazy how fast that went. So that OZONE, which I actually wasn't able to give out. I looked at it last night. But OZONE did pump to the upside. OZONE Metaverse. And look at that thing just skyrocketed to the top of the target. Unbelievable. Up 65% and continuing for gains. That's insane. Let's talk about MAVIA and see how MAVIA is still holding up. I might bail on MAVIA. I don't know if I want to hold it long term or just take my swing gains. We're at 946. We got in here at the bottom of the channel for MAVIA. If you remember correctly, we were looking at it like this. I buy the bottom of the channel where the stochastics hit, tight moving averages. The 15-minute was the one with kind of the most interaction. Now we got this rounded top, bit of a shoulder head and a right shoulder. I'm out for the moment for MAVIA. That to me, that says it's like, but the 1 hour's over. You're losing the 221. You never know with this coin because it's so hot right now and people are all about it. And it is a volatile Sunday night. Bitcoin getting that nice bounce to the upside. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin in the weekly candle close in 1 second. So MAVIA is still in this flag. Previous support becomes resistance. It's right there. You know, if it loses this, it's dropping further down. I see a shoulder, head, shoulder, a little bit of bearish divergence there too as well. MAVIA, right? And my baby TRIAS. Just, you gotta love TRIAS. Just absolutely blasting. If I could learn how to spell, I would. I can spell actually really well. I just can't type. Two different things. But look at that 1690, and the high really was 1733. But this thing is blasting to the upside. Talked about getting in right here in the tight channel on 1344. Put this out on Twitter. It's up $4 on 1388. I mean, $3 on 13. Beautiful. And then this flag, and this flag pumped up for a nice gain of about 10% earlier today. So today was a great day for trading. Altcoins, absolutely beautiful. Let's take a look at that Bitcoin dominance. You know, we want to, if you want to, did you go and look at my weekly macro video? Hold up. I love them. They confronting hackers. That's like my favorite thing. But did you go and did you look at my weekly video that I put out every single week on Friday? The macro analysis right here, Bitcoin supply CPI data. You got to see this. 2,000 views. You got to see this. This was breaking down what was happening and what we could expect for the weekend based on Bitcoin dominance. A little bit of foreshadowing there. And just take a look at Bitcoin dominance here. And yeah, see, look, head and shoulder pattern, shoulder, head, right shoulder. Bitcoin dominance wanting to give it up here. And that's a good sign for the altcoins, head and shoulder pattern on Bitcoin dominance. We don't want to see a head and shoulder pattern on Tether dominance, right? But that's a head and shoulder. Even though, yeah, it looks like we could get a move to the downside here. The only thing is it's pretty oversold, but we'll see, you know. Pretty beat up though on, you know, the 1 hour, the 4 hour. But usually when you lose moving averages, you come down to this area. This would be a little more relief for the altcoins tomorrow, even though the stock market will be closed. Stock market will be closed tomorrow. Let's see what BOOKMAP says. Shout out to anyone that jumps into BOOKMAP. I do get a commission if you buy a BOOKMAP subscription. So jump on it today. Find out what the pricing income, you know, I got the link below. I love it for crypto. You can do it for all different types of markets. A trading platform that displays market liquidity. If you don't know what I'm seeing here, I'm watching who's buying and selling Bitcoin. I'm also getting a very fast update on price, second by second. Pretty awesome. You can see here we have a lot of, you know, liquidity up here at 52,800 for Bitcoin. And that's just telling us, hey, man, I call that big red. Wherever big red is, I put some caution. I don't trade it 100%. I have my own ideas and my own theories, but these back up what I'm doing. These back up my technical analysis, and it also lets me know it's order flow, and I'm able to see what's happening on the order book, cumulative volume delta as well, which is telling me how many people are longing and shorting, and kind of when I'm at towards the end or the low, and you can even get kind of a divergence on that, but just by the number, I can tell when we're at a pretty high divergence. You know, 6,000, 5,000, negative or positive gives me pretty high rating on the CVD. But anyway, we take a look at this here, 52,860 for Bitcoin. You even put Solana on there. Solana has an order down here, wants to get filled. All right. But Bitcoin has a bigger order above us at about 52,820. 52,800 has been the resistance. All right. I was staring at BOOKMAP for 2 hours today. I'm getting hooked. That's what happens. You're going to make Ben Cohen cry. Shout out to Ben Cohen. Can you look at JASMY? Looks like an inverse head and shoulder on the weekly since 2022. Thank you. So Bitcoin dominance looks like it does want to come back down at least to this area. And maybe, you know, there's no guarantees. You know, there's a chance it does, you know, it bounces here and it turns into a beautiful, you know, triangle. It could bounce up here and start to go sideways. But that is a head and shoulder pattern, and you are losing some moving averages. I like to take a look at Tether dominance at that point. We just take a look at like the 8 hour. Daily says it's also coming down, which would give us a little more relief. And, you know, this is where you've been at the top of the band. Top of the band, bottom of the band. And, you know, usually getting a relief rally for the altcoins a little bit here. It depends on Tether, though. Let's take a look at Tether dominance on the daily specifically. And that's also low, which tells me we may want to get a move to the upside. See, I want them both to be high. It tells me that we may get a pullback for Bitcoin, right? And the whole market, because if Tether dominance is going to move up and Bitcoin dominance is going to move down, it means people are jumping out of Bitcoin and jumping into Tether. And they're not jumping out of Bitcoin into altcoins. You know, you want altcoin season is when both of these are collapsing to the downside. Look at the 3-day, though. The 3-day still has some downside. What does Bitcoin dominance say on the 3-day? Just getting to the upside. So we could stay up here in momentum, but, you know, it almost, you know, if you went on, I'm not saying guaranteeing anything, but I'm just saying we may get a little bit of a market pullback in everything. All right. If we, you know, that's it, you know, and eventually if we get a pullback in Bitcoin dominance and we get a pump in Tether dominance, and look how long we've had Tether dominance just rocking down. Like, you know, nothing goes straight up, nothing goes straight down. You know, even if we got a little bit of a move up here and then a move back down. But, and again, I'm not saying it's happening immediately, but, and you know, we've had a really nice run. Like, this has been a great run since October, you know, and I don't know, look at all the dumps in Tether's life like that in our bull rallies. There's one right there in 2020, right? 2021. Can't really get it in 2017 because we didn't really have enough Tether, but, you know, there's where, like, the heat of that rally. Oh, no, that was, like, the end of the rally. But anyway, if you look at where we're at now, it was a, you know, again, there's more people. We are getting, but everyone's really hyped. I just want to put that out there. Usually this is when you take some profits. A lot of people are up 10x, 20x. Some coins are up absolutely huge. And I know some things are just getting started, like AGIX and some AI coins. And yeah, but they've been down here for months. Now they're pumping. I get it. There is some, like, slight indecision in the market. Are we going to continue to pump? And that's what we're going to break down on the weekly today. And that's what we're going to talk about. Green index at 75. But wow, shout out to Heroes of MAVIA doing damage. And there's Bitcoin today. If you were with me today, remember we talked about this being an inverted complex head and shoulder, did we not? On the live stream earlier this morning. I also said I wouldn't really long Bitcoin unless it gets above 51,300, right? That was that key area of resistance, or was it 52,300? 52.3. No, 51,300. Yeah. I wanted to see us get back above 51,000. No, we did that. This red line here. I'm just trying to say a key level that 51,000. I would almost say 430 now, but I like the 51,300 level. But even this just diagonal trend line, resistance. We saw a complex inverted head and shoulder. That technically should break if you get this move to the upside, right? And that gives you a move all the way to 53,003. All right. Not saying that's happening for sure. You know, we're still inside some chop. We're going to break this down. I'm going to leave you here for a second. 7-minute is oversold. And Bitcoin's in some type of chop. And as weird as it is, it's kind of in a shoulder. I know it's a strange one, but it's kind of in a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder. And it is inside of a bit of a flag here. We're going to look at the weekly candle. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. We're going to delete all old work. We're going to, you know, if you look at JASMY, looks like an inverse head and shoulder on the weekly since 2022. We'll look at JASMY just for a quick second on the weekly before we jump on out of here. I'll look at it on Binance on the weekly because that's where it has probably the most information. I see what you just saw. Kind of like, I see more of like an Adam and Eve, right? There's your Adam. It's kind of an Eve there. And then you get that little flag usually. And then you broke on out. And you're really looking at moving averages, right? Look at your 3-day. And look, I mean, you just got above the 200 SMA on the 3-day chart. Very bullish sign. Definitely something you want to pay attention to. All right. So let's see. You just got above this, and we used to be kind of hot on this coin. It's in a cup and handle. Almost all the cup and handles we've seen lately have been breaking out to the upside. 3-day chart just a little overbought and did not get above resistance. I like this coin, but it had a $26 million market cap. I was all about it. It was like a year and a half ago. I was eating lunch with a buddy. He sat down with me. He goes, "What's up with JASMY?" I go, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I like it." He's like, "What do you mean?" "I don't like it." He's like, "I sold it." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, I looked at it and it has a $260 million market cap now." He's like, 2 days ago, it had a $26 million market cap. I tell the story a lot, and it was probably just a glitch on coin market cap or whatever, but it went from being a low cap gem that I could 10x to something that had 10x to me, like, an assessment wise of how I did or did not want to get inside the trade. So to me, I don't know, ever since then, I just kind of didn't, and again, you could call that silly and maybe I am, but ever since then, I haven't really been a fan or I have no desire to be in the project, right? I still see it probably getting up to this 0.009, almost hitting that penny. All right, it's still a little under half a penny here, over half a penny. Way more coins under a penny too. So I think that's another reason why it's easier to 100x this rally. I just realized there's just so many coins that are like under a penny or a penny, But yeah, that looks interesting to me. A bit of an Adam and Eve double bottom with the flag, cup and handle, already breaking out, has some momentum, but still not a huge fan. Daily overbought, right? Chance it still pumps up. Let's take a look at your 4 hour and your 1 hour. The market's getting pretty... Look at that. I mean, you got an inverted head and shoulder there. Kind of slanted, though. You almost got a rising wedge. I mean, I like what I'm seeing with the tight moving averages. It's above the 200 SMA. Set your support or resistance. See if it can stay above 06154. Even challenge that area too. These two areas are key. If it stays above there, look for it to make a continuation flag. And that may be the next trade right there. Bang, right? And the entry take you to 0.789. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice. All right, please get yourself a financial advisor or do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. All right. Sam, did H bar just have a golden cross on the weekly? I don't know. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin right now. This is Bitcoin's turn, and it's the weekly candle close for Bitcoin. All right, 52,000 holding, but not amazingly well. And there's still some bearish sentiment on some bigger time frames. We have to get back above 52,800 to remain bullish. Right, that's my resistance point there. That where we have a wick, like we 52.8, and we're going to have all fun with that. We're going to show you what levels to watch, what levels matter, and if this inverted head and shoulder is done yet. Or are we still pushing to the upside? Stay tuned for more. I'll be back after this channel sponsor and this beautiful commercial from Cadillac. Roll the commercial, boys. I don't have a Cadillac commercial. I'm full of old shoes. I thought it would be cool to act like I did. Let's get back to the regular scheduled program. But actually, no, I do have one. Babe, send me the Cadillac commercial from today. Please. I do have one. I do have one. I do have one. I'm telling you, I have one. I have one. All right. Anyway, let's get back into Bitcoin here on the weekly and have some fun. Shout out to our channel sponsors. No, I'm just kidding. No, but shout out to our channel sponsors, iTrust Capital and BingX. Much appreciated to iTrust Capital. In all seriousness, no jokes aside, like being able to trade, Chainlink as it goes up and down short term and have to pay short-term capital gains on a long-term investment, iTrust Capital. Getting in on the weekends while you can't have access to your ETF, iTrust Capital. Having access to smaller coins as well as gold and silver and other equities, other types of things inside of the same portfolio as cryptocurrency, iTrust Capital. iTrust Capital really has an edge of the market. Whether you're shopping for the ETF or long-term retirement, I would take a look at iTrust Capital, hit that QR code, hit the link inside my description, and check them out. They're unbelievable, and they do sponsor the channel. If you sign up to iTrust Capital, we get an awesome commission. We really appreciate that. So shout out to each and every one of you, and thank you for being here. Someone show me 30% coin in the near future. Thank you in advance. I'm sorry we don't do that here, but we will teach you how to find your own coins to make yourself some gains. All right. Let's take a look at the weekly. And the weekly candle close. We already did it. We're not going to do it again, but we're going to break down the weekly candle close. All right. Bang. And we're going to pin that message. If you want to join the trading group and get this, we made massive gains this weekend. MAVIA still up for gains. TRIAS still up for massive gains. Still loving what we're seeing here in the chats. And people are bailing. MAVIA was hot. Losing some key areas, but I mean, we got into a really good position in MAVIA. It's hard for me to pot. It's hard for me to pot with MAVIA. I'm trying not to pot with MAVIA, but like, dude, kid, the MAVIA kid is hot, dude. Dude, having a hard time potting with my MAVIA though. Let's just see. So I just sold all my MAVIA. I did. Oh no, the order didn't go through all the way. I'm fighting the order book over here. My order's actually huge compared to all the other orders. So I'm about to take the price down, which is kind of sad. I shouldn't tell you guys I'm selling MAVIA, right? Because but I'm always really truthful. And I'm happy with the gains. And I may go back in. All right. I'm out. Let's see what. Okay. I did sell my MAVIA for gains. It was a weekend rally. I had to do it. Let me get back into what I'm doing. I had to watch my own bags. You know what I'm saying? And there I got some cash back in the Tilly. All right. So here's the deal for me. These two candles closed right here at 51,750, 51,800. You know, it's actually if we can close a weekly candle above it, which we did, it's very bullish, and we did it at the last minute as the weekly came into close tonight at 7. So let's take a look at this beautiful candle. Another beautiful weekly candle, by the way. Let's just round of applause for the week. I mean, people forget, I don't know why people are acting kind of weird about how great things are right now. I don't see enough appreciation. I really don't. I see a lot of whining. I see, not in my trading group, just in general, I feel the sentiment, it's just not good enough. Bitcoin didn't do enough. It should have done more for you. I mean, but let's just take a look at the week. We opened at 48,300. The high was 52,816. The low was $47,710.01. And we would close at 52,137.67 cents, up $3,837.68, up 7.95% on the week. Another round of applause. Shout out to everyone that went into Bitcoin like I did at 19,000, up $30,000 on a $19,000 investment, up 32 grand, almost 33,000 on a $19,000 investment in about a year and 2 months. Bitcoin. Pretty sweet, right? 3x your money. And I got Bitcoin at 16. A little bit. I didn't get 15.8. I got 16.1. I almost got 15.8 in the middle of the night. They missed my 15.751 limit order. It never hit. It went right to it. But we got into the nitty gritty. We basically bought the bottom of Bitcoin, and we did a really good job. And it was based off bullish divergence on the weekly. We can go over. I went over it. I used to go over it every day. I was on multiple channels, from Sin City Crypto to BitBoy in the morning, to everywhere. To ATB. It didn't matter what channel I went on. I kept saying, "Hey, this is the bottom." I'm 90% sure, based on years of data, that we have bottom. Are we going to come all the way back down? Is this a dead cat bounce? Are we actually in a high, a low, a lower high? It's possible. Do we make a lower low? I mean, I'm open-minded to that. We do have to break this high to keep the trend alive. Once we break this high, then we can make a lower low, and everyone will say that can't happen. But there's still some bears here that are saying, here's your high, here's your low, you're making a lower high. All right. However, the weekly usually doesn't go this low and revisit, see how it came up and curved back up? That's rare for the weekly. That usually tells you have weekly, you have some strong weekly moves. But again, this swings up here while this swings kind of flat. That's getting to weekly bearish div, and you really just don't get weekly bearish divergence. It's very rare. And so I got to give the bears a little bit of credit here. This is looking a little sketch. At the same time, the second we break through this high and we get to 60K, I mean, this all gets negated. And, so one could say, I'm trying to find an answer to combat this anomaly, but to me that is, you could say, you know what, let's double click it. Yeah, I mean, that is swinging down while that is swinging up. That is a bearish div as far as I'm concerned. I guess you could say this is the only way out of it. You could say swing up there, swing down. That was the bearish div. We took the dip. We're on a new setting now, and this will come up and make its own pathway, and then we'll make some bearish div up in here somewhere like this. This will come up, then we'll pump, and then we'll come up like this, and then we'll pump, and then we'll pump like that. And this will pump straight, and that will pump down, and then the stochastics will be high, and then we'll come down for the pullback. Off of maybe, 58,000, 57,000. And we'll hit a high of maybe, we'll come up in here at high of 70, come back down, and then we'll get ready for the real rally. And this cup and handle, right? So, and this, I've never sown this before. This is the first time I've ever brainstormed this, and I could pass away tomorrow. So you guys are getting gold, man. I'm telling you, my mind. And again, it sounds like I'm being pompous, but I put years and years into the market, and I think it's interesting to see whatever my subconscious mind is spewing here. And so there's a chance we get a bit. Even I'm along for the ride with each and every one of you. My brain's out. You know, my brain does its own thing. I let it rock. I'm like you. I'm an observer and I'm inside. It's weird. But so there's the cup and handle. Why not be as steep? You'd come back to 38,000 even after a high of 59. You know, you could break a higher high though, and then this could be, you know, our high could be somewhere up in here. And then we come back down to 47,000 for the bounce. All right. Anyway, so this is all well and good. I'm deleting all for now, but you know, I just want to give you a picture that maybe no one else has given you, an idea that no one else has thought about, and kind of bring you down a road that no one else has walked you down. All right. So you get it here first on this channel. I don't watch anyone else's TA, so my TA is completely unique of mine and my own, not influenced by any other YouTuber or any other ideas. I haven't watched, you know, every once in a while I used to watch, dabble. For the last 3 months, I just decided I'm in the zone. I like my TA. I'm not really, you know, I might catch a minute on Twitter because, you know, but for the most part, it's very rare that I'm going to watch another person's technical analysis. It's just, once you get into the pocket, I don't think it serves you. All right, so take a look here. We have resistance, these two candles, and it's all about 51,750, right? 51,750 for me. We lose 51,750, then we got to come on back down to 50,800. We lose that level, then we come back down to this bigger chop zone right about here at 49K, you know, 49.5, 50K. Man, it could be 46, and then the bigger level there at 44. So we got some support here, and the weekly candle closed above $52,000. It's a pretty big deal for me. All right. Not amazing. We got a wick, right? We'll see what happens. But so far, so good for the weekly candle. All right. The weekly's a little too far away from the 21, but not too far. We could easily just go sideways here and get ready for our next leg up. The 5-day chart, my baby. All right. The one and only, the sweetie pie. I love the 5-day chart because it was the one that I stuck to my, you know, my cojones here when we got above the 200 SMA, and it basically saved my channel. I told everybody that if we stayed above this, we would go to the upside, and we did. And only because I've seen this many, many times on multiple assets. So I backed it based off data that I had. I collected a bunch of data for you. I'd spent hours and hours of doing it and years of my life. And I've actually traded it before, and it's played out for me. So I've also walked the plank, so to speak, with this indicator. And it's not even an indicator. It's just like it's a setting that I've noticed when we get above this. So in such and such area, this such and such happens. Similar to someone who trades in Ichimoku cloud. If you trade Ichimoku clouds, then you know, which I don't, but I can understand. Like, to me, this is a band in a cloud, and I want to get through the band. Like, this could be my cloud. This is my SAM cloud, right? I could turn this into the SAM cloud, which once I make my indicators, what I'm going to do is turn this into the SAM cloud, right? And anyway, and then I'm going to combine some other stuff and the stochastics into, like, I'll call it the Sammy Swifter or something, whatever. But I'm going to, you know, just make all the stuff that I use really swift and easy. But I'm not going to do that until I like decide to really like kind of walk away from the game. And I'll leave you with an indicator, and then I'll walk out. And then that'll be kind of like my last, like, you know. But who knows? Let's not talk about that. You know, it's not coming anytime soon. God willing, inshallah, we'll see where we go, right? Anyway, so the 5-day chart, beautiful flag, touched the 21-day, was low on the stochastic, lack of bearish momentum in the MACD, things that I just look for, and we're just getting started on the crossover here. Very bullish, okay? I still can also contend to say that, yes, like, almost like a, you know, a bearish div there. Some could say, though, yet again, this was the bearish divergence. It played out. We're now on a new set of RSI, ready to do our own thing for another set of bearish div that could happen later on. Boom, 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 swing up, boom, boom, swing down, right? There's our bearish div there. It comes later on. We get the pullback, Sammy cup in handy at the previous top, right? Everyone says we topped out. It's a triple top. The bears will start again with the 10K stuff. They won't stop, trust me. And it's good. The more they keep doing this, the more they get people to short the market. We need the bears. Do not tell them to stop. Go keep giving them thumbs up. Go give them super chats. Tell them they're great. They are the greatest thing since sliced bread, these bears. I'm telling you right now. We're going to get there anyway. But hey, I'll take as much help. You know, my car is broken down on the side of the road and someone wants to help me push it. Come on in. So, you know, look, as much as this may be a joke, but we need these bears because the more they short the market, the more fuel they give. When they get stopped out, they push us further to the upside, right? So go hit up a bear, tell them you love them, say thank you for all the shorting you've done. You've gotten us all the way to $50,000. Tell them 52K, say, you know, your shorting has been impeccable. May God bless you. Be like, do you have any more firepower left, or are you out of all your money yet? Because just save some more for some shorts, please. Don't you dare go long. You know what I mean? Because you guys keep it. You guys just keep, you know, sending us, and we appreciate it. So shout out to all the shorts out there. We love you. We appreciate you. You've been filling my bags for the last 7 months to a year. And I just really, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, because, you know, if you didn't short so hard, then, you know, we wouldn't have gotten so many beautiful short squeezes, and we would have been able to liquidate each and every one of you on the way to the top. So, and I'm sorry that most of you had to lose for us to win, but, you know, I appreciate your sacrifice, and we love you. And you know what? Maybe next time you'll learn how to use BOOKMAP, and you won't short the market when you're above the 200 SMA. You know, I don't know. Hey. Hey, Sam, do you know anything about airdrop? It uses your bandwidth. No, I'm all set. I don't want anyone sneaking into my band and getting in my width, all right? Love you, Sammy. Shout out to Whale Talk. Shout out to Lifer Adam. Shout out to 1%. I like that. Hug a bear. Don't give them the sauce. EPIKO, USDT, EPIKO. Yeah, we know EPIKO on the daily. Please, much love. We'll take a look at EPIKO. Shout out to Positive Journey for the 2 beans. Shout out to Master Friend for the $27.99. Dead. God bless you, man. You're cracking me up tonight, Sammy. Shout out to Frank, Fit for Life. No groupies in Sam's band. Yeah, we don't. I'm short. We'll flip long once we get a pullback. Interesting. He's like, I'm short. He's like, once we just got the pullback. Like, he's like, I'm short as the stochastics keep pushing up and the next green candle opens. No, I'm just messing with you, but I don't know. Anyway, let's keep it moving. The 5-day still looks bullish. It looks like we're going to do 3 white candles. And I wouldn't be surprised if the next 5 days we shoot back up and we fill this void. And if this is what you see, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if this candle looks like this 5 days from now. All right. Like a just nice big green, and we're sitting right here at 56,000. And I'm like, oh, look, 3 white soldiers. Remember when I said that? And we had room in the stochastics? I'm not saying it's guaranteed. We're at a resistance. We very well may dump. I'm open-minded that anything could happen. I want to make that clear. I am not a perma bull. I am not a perma bear. Anything could happen. I'm open-minded that anything could happen in this market. All right? And I just want to, you know, I want to reiterate that. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I'm not telling you Bitcoin's going up. I'm not telling you Bitcoin's going down. I'm just stating facts here. You got above, and look, you got above a really nice resistance, 46,750 here, and even the wicks at 48.8. But, you know, you got above 47,800, 750 on the 5-day chart. That's going to act as support if we do come back down to this area. All right. Let's move on to the 3-day, my baby. 3-day getting a little overbought. We've had a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 3-day candles. Only 2 of them were red. All right. We did just close a 3-day candle red tonight. All right, just to make that clear. We opened at 51,795. We closed at 51,642. All right, on the 3-day. When does this candle close? Actually, hold up. Actually, I'm wrong about that. Yeah, 1 day, 23 hours. My bad. So this candle actually will close green. Sorry, I forgot about that. I forget. This candle did not close on the weekly with it. It's 3 days. It's offset. Please forgive me. I hope you understand how I messed up the math there. So, but still beautiful green candle. It closes in 1 day and 23 hours. So we have 2 days basically. And I'm going to be very interested in what happens to that 3-day candle. We are getting a little too far away from the 21 after this beautiful, but those are 3 white soldiers. What a beautiful pumps at the upside on the 3-day chart. Daily has been super overbought for a while now. We've been in overbought territories ever since here. Most people see this is why people shorted the market. But we were able to call this easily because we knew that we stayed above the 200 SMA on the 4-hour chart. That's what kept us. You get my simple little tricks won't get you tripped up when the market sends you mixed signals, because you'll be like, no, we're above here. No, we're above there. You know what I mean? So, where's Sammy Caddy commercial? Is it pushing it? Is it you pushing it on the road? You're funny, man. I love y'all. So we close the week above the golden pocket. What's next? Due for a pullback. Been having way more wins since I've been watching you. Broke even recently with my best trade to date. Thank you, Lifer. Let's ride this bull run. God bless you, Alex B, on his way back from the losses. And you can do it, man. Up 5K on my AGX bag from 26 with a leverage call I made way back. Together on the live with a huge Sammy cup and handy on the daily. Much love to you and the lifers. Sammy, have you noticed that TradingView added a divergence setting in the RSI indicator? Not sure I like it. I did see that, but I already have one here. The same thing here on the stochastics RSI. All right. Saddle up, partner. Shout out to Board Type Crow. Bears need a master friend in their pocket. Amen. AGX just pumped to 48. Shout out to the Care Bear. Shout out to Glenn Jacobs. Shout out to Alex B, Dylan L, Friend Crew, Mark Toes, Billy Bob 369, J Mart. Shout out to Frank Fit for Life. Shout out to Whale Talk, J Rego Music. Hey Sam, I might have missed it before. Is there a reason you didn't include the 10-day EMA? Only use the 21 as your short-term EMA. I don't use EMAs. It's a 21 SMA. It's an MA. I think I could be wrong, but a simple moving average is an SMA. A simple moving average just is basically a moving average. Yeah. So we have resistance for Bitcoin at 52.2. That's if we can't get back above 52.2, and 52.8 is the wick. So we got to rip through both those areas. What I like is we've now gone 4 days. Usually Bitcoin would have started to dump down to this 21 SMA. So this is telling me we're either going to elongate it in Bart Simpson, but the longer we go sideways and the closer the 21 gets, the less likely we have of a dump. So inching, 1, 2, 3. It tells us it might take 5 or 6 more days at the most, and then boom. This thing could be ready to cook for another move to the upside. If these stochastics reset, I'm telling you this right now, because if it happens, I don't want you to forget that I told you this. And this is how I would long. So everyone that wants the long, to me, the long isn't cooked yet. It's not ready yet. At the same time, this market's out of control. Anything can happen. But in the general theory of how price action works and my years of studying it, it makes a flag first, right? It makes a downward flag. It either dumps sideways down, or it goes sideways and then it pumps. And it usually goes downward down, hits a Fibonacci, and then pumps again. So I'm ready for us to come back down to 46,000, maybe even pump here. We might even hit the 0.5 at 47.5. Okay? But these are the areas, because that fib interacts with lower than a previous support or resistance level and would bring us back into chop, it makes less sense at the moment. For now. It doesn't give me the coincidental vibe. At the same time, that's more of an instinct than something to go on. But so I'm watching the sideways price action here for Bitcoin, and I still know we could be making the downward wedge, and the stochastics need a reset. Very unlikely we're going to continue to pump at this rate. Stochastics, from the 29, I've never seen them for 20 days this high. They've been that, that's just it. And again, most people can't navigate this stuff because they use the simple stuff and they say, well, I'm overbought. But we knew how to take advantage of the market at the right times, right? Because of just years of watching this. So now the 4-hour got to a low. We talked about it. It did get a bounce. Even the 4-hour, if you look at it, which is very interesting, has hidden bullish divergence. Swing down to swing down while this swings up. That tells us that we're going to break the high above this high. So the hidden bullish is telling us that we are going to eventually break these highs. And we're going to continue on the trend to the upside. That's what hidden bullish divergence is telling us. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It just looks likely. All right. Here now, we're at the top of the channel. We've made this beautiful, so it's likely where we go where? Back to the bottom of this channel, even if we are somewhat bullish. Bottom, top, bottom. We would go sideways. Bang. This could be the breakout. All right. Get us back above here at least. That could even make a longer sideways channel. Eventually, that would be the daily catching up on that 21, and then the daily would move, right? I'm just kind of foreseeing what the daily's doing while I'm sitting inside of the 4-hour. That's something you'll be able to do as you transcend space and time, and you start using more and more, time frames. And Don't spit your coffee out. I did say transcend space and time, and I'm as serious as a heart attack. All right, something my dad used to say, and he had a heart attack. Go figure. Anyway, and he had nothing wrong with his heart. Took care of himself. At 70 years old, my dad was in like amazing shape. I'm being be honest with you. At 70 years old, my dad looked like he was going for a beautiful 15 years. He was really good. Once he took that, things just went down the tubes. Anyway, so we could be double topping beautifully too for Bitcoin. I mean, that looks like a beautiful M pattern double top, and then we'll break to the downside too as well. So a lot of people are loaded up, and a lot of people have made up their mind, and they've already got into a short. My good friend, I love that Martini guy, really nice kid. I love that dude, really nice guy. I don't know what you guys think of him. I think he's really awesome, funny. I've been watching him on and off for years. When my parents passed, he sent his condolences. Nice guy. He said he's entering a short, right? $1 million short. Said, I've seen the pain. The pain's coming. And, he could be right. So their stop loss has got to be somewhere up in here. But we know there's a lot of people shorting the market up in here. I stopped shorting the market once I break 200 SMAs on bigger time frames. I may short little bitty moves here and there, but I stopped making macro shorts. I'll make a macro short if we lose the 4-hour 200 SMA. You get it? I mean, if we lose the 1 hour 200 SMA here, I'll short down to the 4 hour. You get it? Like, I'll take that short down to 44 or something. And then if we keep losing the daily, I'll continue. And then if I see that that's the trend, and the trend has changed, and we have a low, we have a high. So we have a low, we have a high, we have a low, we have a higher high. We'd have to make a lower low now to be in a downtrend. So for me to short, I would have to, for me to open up a macro short, I would have to see us do this. Make a lower low than this. Break the 200, come back above it, and then bang, and then it would be like some type of head and shoulder pattern. I'd get in here, on the reverse fib. I'd pull a reverse Fibonacci on that. I'd be looking at the 618 area, or the, even this 382, and actually hold up. Yeah, like this. Sorry. I'd be looking at this 786 in this golden pocket for a retracement back to the downside. Okay? And I would short right here, and this is why I would begin to short the market. And then we make a lower low, and then things would probably, until I see that type of setup, I have to remain long. Like, things are too bullish. Like, the trend is bullish. Low, high, low, higher high. You would have to make a, you know what I mean? Even if we pull back and we bounce here, that's a higher low. So for me, like, you got to read trend. Like, people that don't understand trend analysis, like, trend has been set. Once trend is set, you have to break trend. You get it? You can't keep doing whatever you want. Like, you have to break trend, and once trend breaks, fine. Then 100%. And you'll lose 200 SMA on the 4 hour and think. So, I can't get too overall bearish right now. So we know there's people gearing up, and we know there's people making stops. Now the 12 hour is that go-to, right? Whenever the daily gets pinned, I talk about how I use the 8 hour and the 12 hour as my hidden gems, right? We've been doing it. We did it here. Boom. We did it back here. We did it back here, even if you guys remember this 8 hour here, where we had the hidden bullish divergence on the 8 hour. It swung down while this swung up, and we had the low stochastics. I pulled a Fibonacci, if you remember. This was the 88786 fib right there. I'll always remember it. See, bang. Perfect. We called the bottom there. Once we got above the 200 SMA, I say long. Once you get above a 200, we were gone. And look what happened after that. I mean, that was basically the rally. So, and then we got above it here again. And I kept saying, is the 8 hour going to stay above it? I said, as long as the 8 hour stays above the 200 SMA, I'm long. And I told everyone, I am long. And I kept saying, I am long, I am long, I am long. And it got tighter and tighter and tighter. And we smashed all the shorts to smithereens, right? So here we are again now. So I'm not saying, and again, look, I haven't been correct. I'm not right. I'm not, look at me, I did it. I'm showing you that I stuck to data, and every time I did what the data told me to do, we made it out alive. I stuck to the hidden bullish divergence. I stuck to getting above the 200 SMA. I stuck to tight moving averages inside of a bull pennant, like low stochastics. I pointed out to my whole trading group that this was an Adam and Eve on the stochastics RSI. You can see the post in my group. I said, there's even an Adam and Eve on the Stokes. I said, how are we not going to move to the upside here? And that was the last draw for me to double down on my long to the upside for Bitcoin. All right. So are we continuing to the upside? The 8 hour suggests that we may. Looks pretty nice. Even if we slump down and we kind of go down a little bit, We are going pretty sideways, even though we've reset on the stochastics. So the stochastics have gone from here to the downside, but yet price action has gone up. Previous resistance has become support. If you even take these wicks to wicks, like these wick to this, we've bounced. Right? Yeah, you can see, look, the wick almost come there. They don't almost hit because people were preemptive. They didn't even let it hit. But basically, 50,005 is support. Okay? We'd have to break 50,005 and then use that as a bearish retest for me to start to get. And again, do we even have a little bit of hidden bullish here? Even on the 8 hour, the hidden bullish still kind of stands a little bit. Because that does swing down while you still swing up on the stochastics on the price action. Again, I usually do it when it's up and down. It's usually not high like this. I haven't back tested that. That would be like, you know, a high ended. I don't know if I would call that a heavy push, high ended. But you know, we'll see. Only time will tell. All right. Flux is in the blast off. We called earlier in the week. God bless Tori, man. Thank you for saying that. I want to live stream. Oh, well, hopefully soon. I need 19 more subs. Probably another year if I'm lucky. Blockchain bonehead. It took me a long time, man. A long, long time. It's not easy. Everyone wants to be on YouTube. Everyone wants it. I gave thousands and thousands of hours of my life. I sacrificed my entire life to be here. I really did. Everything. I gave it all. I gave it all. So if you're ready to give it all, then you'll get here too. But the second you take your foot off the pedal and you decide something's more important, decide God and your family, I'll tell you right now, YouTube is the most competitive business in the world. You got to do it like it's a competitive sport. You have to be there. You have to want it more than everybody else in your field, in your niche, to even get a piece of the pie. To even get a piece of the pie. I'm telling you right now. And it will discourage you. That you'll put everything you have. You'll get less views the week after. You have to love it. You have to not care about, I don't care about the views at all. They're fun. They're awesome. Don't get me wrong. There's a like, oh, yay. But at the end of the day, it's about really just dedicating myself to something that I love to do and thanking God for it, and then seeing where we lie, like seeing what happens, like riding with God, being happy, and then seeing what happens, and just being grateful every single day that I don't have to work for someone else. I worked a night shift for 6 years of my life, from 7 to 3 in the morning. Even though I got off early around 1:45, I still didn't go to bed till 3 or 4 almost every day of my life. I was up super late, threw off my whole biological schedule. You know, I wore the same clothes all the time. I didn't talk to anybody. Every Friday night I was alone inside of a bunch, you know, surrounded by computers in a big office while everyone else was outside, like, you know, socializing. It's okay. I learned about Bitcoin. That's how I found each and every one of you. So the 8 hour looks interesting, but we are at a resistance. This could be so we have one of two ways. We make this sideways channel, or we make an M when we dump. So what? So what say you now? Did we miss the short then because we're not sure? I mean, the shorts were all in the money here, and they all got squeezed today. Did they not? Today was a short squeeze, period. This squeezed all the shorts. Again, it was hidden bullish divergence. So that's why they call it hidden bullish. Most people can't see it. If it wasn't hidden bullish, it was just divergence, then everyone would know. But most people, they get to divergence, but I don't think they get into hidden bullish. See, to me, this was awesome for me, is I couldn't understand the regular divergences. I was only able to see hidden bullish. I would then transcend, you know, and then move into being able to see all the divergences. But when I first started, I could not. And I figured, but, you know, hidden bullish worked out so well, I figured, hey, I'll just use this one. I don't need the other ones. It was, you know, an ignorant way to think for myself, but, you know, I didn't want to do the work of finding other divergences. Once I did the work and I got into other divergences, it all made sense. Okay. Facts. You've been consistent, and it's a long time hustle. Yeah. I had you at Casper, baby. Spending other people's... yeah. No one may see the video or shorts now, but imagine in 10 years, when you're retired, it'll all be there. Yeah, for sure. Beautiful falling wedge on Bitcoin. Amen. Yeah. Tons of liquidity up above 53,000. Yeah. And honestly, God gives you everything you deserve in this life. I humbly believe that, you know? If you work for it, then it shall be yours. No man can take your hustle from you. If you hustle every single day, if you work every single day of your life, 1,000 days straight, imagine what I did. Imagine what you could do. Nobody can take it away from you. No one can say anything about your success. No one can say anything about your discipline. No one can say anything about your focus. They can try all they want. But eventually, when they go to open their mouth to hate on you, they'll just be like, but I didn't work as hard as this guy did. So there's just no reason. You know what I mean? Life is beautiful. God is gracious. I'm an indigo baby. Patience is a virtue. Shout out to Billy Bob. We love you. Can you highlight the hidden div again? This is hidden bullish divergence. It's swinging down on the RSI, but it's swinging up on price action on the 4-hour time frame. It suggests that you will break a high. Now, what I will tell you about hidden is sometimes you'll just close a candle here, and then you'll still dump. But you will break the high, though. You know, it basically says 95% of the time, almost 99, you're going to close a candle on that time frame that you find it on, above the highest high that's made in the middle, you know, of the, or, you know, in the divergence. And I made up these rules. You won't find them. These are my rules, but they're true. I've backtested them and I've watched them many, many times. And I could be wrong. We could turn here. But if you get a fat green candle up here, remember, Sammy told you so, because there was hidden bullish divergence. All right. Let's get back into the 1-hour time frame now, which is kind of struggling, but still going sideways. Still shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Today, ascending triangle that broke to the upside, retesting the ascending triangle. Has legs to the upside if we continue, if we stay inside of a flag on the smaller time frame. Resistance at 52,640. Let's move into the 15-minute time frame. 15-minute about to blast. Am I wrong? Looks like it's retesting inside of a flag. Retested the top of the channel. Very bullish on the stochastics. That makes me want to take a long, and I don't like to trade Sunday night at all. But that to me says we're very likely going to 52.8. After that, who knows? And again, that's the resistance. But this 15-minute would be a time frame that I would take on. 7-minute has momentum. Could be the one that kind of makes us go more sideways for a while, like back and forth here. But there you have it. You're in some type of chop here for Bitcoin. And the 15-minute looks like it's going to move with the aggressive stochastics and lack of bearish momentum in the MACD. Again, no guarantees, but the odds in my system say there's a likelihood of a breakout here. Kind of has a bit of a cup and handle feel, as this is like a jagged cup, right? Tiny little handle, but not my favorite. But I see kind of shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, breakout, retest, continue. And anyway, we'll see what happens, but we've been bullish for most of the day, and, we stayed above the 200 SMA on the 15-minute. I said as long as we do that, boom, and then we got the shot out, like, right after I posted this to the trading group. Only time will tell. All right. MAVIA holding the support right now. May get a beautiful bounce off 950 and just, basically catapult all the way to the upside. I may just go back in. I took profit, so I'm like, well, what do I do now? I go back in with what I made. Go back in with like half of what I had. I did really like the coin, and I like where it was going. It looked interesting to me. But I've been it all weekend, and Bitcoin was looking sketchy on a Sunday night. And, I dropped my cojones a little bit, I'll be honest. And I also was happy with the gain. So, we'll see. So you can see I'm bullish on Bitcoin on the 15-minute right now because the stochastics are curving. And you're like, well, why are you bullish, Sam? Well, I'm just a simple guy. And I went through the entire weekly all the way to here, and I got some key areas of support and resistance that we bounced from. And it's interesting that we did bounce off at 50,600 already up. Already at 1,500. Now 1,500 is like nothing for Bitcoin. Before you're like, oh, Bitcoin's up $2,000, $3,000. Oh, now it's like, You know what I mean? Might have to watch the 1 minute. The 5-minute shows head and shoulder with hidden bear. Shoulder, head, and a right shoulder there, getting overbought. Agreed. Also kind of a double bottom, though. Yeah, so you want the 1 minute to get back above that 200 SMA. So really, it's about, see this yellow line here? You got the 1 minute to get above, and then you could rally. The 1 minute stays below, and then we could rally down. So it's crazy how much the 1 minute 200 SMA can dictate a day or at least an 8-hour period of trading. Look, we just hit that 200. We got major resistance on it. Bang. You'd be like, why are we dumbing? Well, the 200 SMA wouldn't let us pass. It just said no, right? It's why I trade it like a hawk, and I look at it all the time. And am I in the trade right now? No, I don't trade Sunday nights. Very rare you'll catch me. I'm in altcoin trades, yes. But very rare I'm going to be trading Sunday nights. I might even take my TRIAS trade off the table. I made a nice $4,000 this weekend. I mean, that's fat. Like, that's beautiful. Be greedy, right? But then I'm like super happy with my TRIAS entry. Like, I may never get back in at 13 again. You know, and that's what kind of gets my goat. I did one indecision move is when I did buy TRIAS. I didn't really ask myself if I was willing to hold it long term or if I was swing trading it. I did always like the coin and I always wanted a position in it. And I swung traded a couple times in the past, but never held at $3, right? The daily still has legs to go, but it was a pretty big move on the daily, right? You got above a beautiful resistance at 16, right? The 1 hour's curving like it's getting overbought. It's kind of following Bitcoin too. Bitcoin gets a push, this thing follows. Bitcoin gets a dump, this thing dumps. They all follow Bitcoin like a, you know, like a little brother follows his older brother, right? Bit of an ascending triangle. Looking tight and right. Also, you know, a point of resistance. Sam, how do you make decisions? How do you believe in yourself? How do you know what to do when the market's always twisted and whipping? You know, you just start doing the same thing over and over again and you gain a level of confidence in yourself. It's really, trading isn't really about doing the right thing every time. It's about knowing that you're going to do you're going to do the same thing every time. Whether it's right or wrong, it doesn't really matter. Once you have control over yourself and you know you're going to do, then you have data. I'll tell you what. I always talk about YouTubes and whatever, but like, look at me. You ever go, if you know what a buoy is, they have sea buoys. They're way out, usually a few miles off of the coast. And they sit there and they have sensors on them. And when the seas come in and the winds blow and they sit there and they're always on and they're always out. And when they have an anomaly, they send something to the Coast Guard and they can tell you a little bit of what's happening out there, right? I would want to go to the channel of weather where the buoy was always there. Because, you know, the market's just like the waves. It comes in waves. And the more data you have, right? So I'm like that buoy. I've been watching the market every single day for each and every one of you. My mind, my eyes have been focused, laser, on that market. Right? Whether it went up, whether it went down, I was here every single day. I watched price action all over the place, back and forth and back, you name it. So at the end of the day, I'm going to have, like, my subconscious mind has so much of the data stored now that the average person does not. And that's what we're accessing, you understand? That's what this show is about. It's about the years and years of subconscious mind theory. All right? I'm accessing it with you. I may be right, I may be wrong. Who knows? I'm not trying to be. I want to point this out. So when you come here, just remember what you're getting. All right? Just want to kind of, I don't know if that makes sense. So watch on TRIAS. As long as these moving averages, now if we lose these moving averages and we lose 16, 13, the trade's over. You know, then it's like we're coming down to the 15. But right now, this looks beautiful. And it actually says, hey, we could continue up to 1877. The high today was 1730. We're pretty dang close to it right now for TRIAS. It had a previous flag that it broke out of. It's in another one. And my target's at, so I'm going to stay in TRIAS right now. The 15-minute looking pretty juicy. But you never know. It could double top right here too and start to break down. Let me see what I'm up, and I'm going to make the final decision on how much I want, if I want to get out of here or not. So I'm up with a nice $2,700 in the trade, $26,741 on the trade. If I were to sell the whole trade right now, EST P&L is $26.41, right? So I just, you know, I'm not trying to brag. I don't want to be rude either. Like, act like I'm not showing you guys. I never know when I'm like, I'm not trying to, I never want to show my money and be rude. But I also never want to be a weirdo and be like, oh, I'm up. And then they're just like, and then be like, are you really up, dude? Like, because I've seen people do that online and I'm like, is the guy up? Like, is he up? You know? I'm from Boston. We're like, you know, people get pretty pissed about people BS and stuff. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Boston's a very show and prove type of town. You know? So that's how I rock it. So this is a bit of a cup and handle on ZETA chain. I'm still in ZETA chain. I'm absolutely loving the ride. Shout out to everyone else that's also loving the ride. It's been an amazing run for ZETA. Does ZETA continue to 312? Only time will tell, but you know, the 50-minute, again, like the whole market says, there could be a nice little push here for ZETA. Previous support is resistance. I'm going to pull a little fib here on this move. And that's a 786er. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's a 786er right there. 76er. I'm going to call that the Allen Iverson. This 76er, 7. But, you know, boom. I mean, very close to that 786. Getting the bounce in the golden pocket. Curving aggressively. A bit of hidden bullish on the 15 as this swings up while this swings down aggressively. We should be getting a move back to the upside. That target is 312 for ZETA. It's continuing to get busy. And ZETA, I mean, if you know, arrival of ZETA mainnet beta, 900,000 users and 8 million transactions in the first week alone. A great monthly recap for January. And I mean, what I like about this thing is you're having access to the Bitcoin chain. You just, you know, I don't know. It's going to be amazing. So I'm excited. You should be excited too as well. Is Suing getting ready to pop? Thanks for checking. Send in a super chat, man, for TAs and deep dives. I appreciate it. All right. Teamwork makes the dream work. Shout out to Roro. Happy Sunday. Bang, bang, bang. Nah, it's all about Ford Navigator and the Platinum. Oh, come on, man. No offense. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest. And this is going to hurt someone's feelings, but go drive around in a Ford Navigator. See how many people look at you. Go drive out in a Cadillac Escalade. See how many people turn their head when you drive around. You drive our Escalade, wherever you go, people be like, who's in that car? When I used to, dude, every time Escalade would drive by me when I was a kid, or even when I was in New York City, I'd always be like, I'd have to look. I just had to look. Like, who's in that? Who is driving that whip? Nobody gives a damn when you're driving a Lincoln Navigator, bro. Nobody cares. I'm being honest. Like, I'm being honest. Whatever. I mean, again, the truth hurts, right? Whatever. I saw that comment. I thought it was funny. Anyway, who cares? And you know what? I could take a car and shove it right into the ground. It's a piece of metal, man. I've never really, you know what I mean? To me, if you can get into nature and breathe and deep dive and meditate, you're doing better than someone that has a beautiful car. Like, someone that has a beautiful car and can't get into nature and meditate, they're not winning. So, like, if you don't have a good connection with God, if you don't look at your kids every morning and say, thank you, dear Lord, for everything that I've been given, if your kids aren't your love, if it isn't like, you know, if you're running after material goods, then, you know. So, yeah, I can joke around. It could be funny. But, man, I know where my heart is. And I tell everyone, man, nature is the number one. That's why I want to move to Florida, man. We're back on the Florida tip. Back to Sarasota. We're headed back to Sarasota. It's on. We might get there by August. We might get there by December at the latest. But it's back on. We're back on to Sarasota, everybody. I wanted to leave. Then my dad died. I couldn't leave my mom alone. Then my mom died. And I said, hey, you know. So look, you even have bullish divergence right here on tether dominance. A little bit, not a lot. They both kind of slide down, but this slides down a lot sharper. Anyway, but tether dominance doesn't look, you know, it's pretty beat up. Look at TRIAS getting that bounce back to 1696. If Bitcoin goes sideways tomorrow, it's going to be alt season again. Tomorrow is probably going to be alt day again, just like the weekend. It's going to be a continuation. All right. Operation Phoenix, 2 weeks old, building a great community. Yeah, we looked at that OPYX or something. Bitmat, would love for you to just pull up the chart. Thank you. I don't like shilling people's coins. Like, they're like, oh, this guy's a known YouTuber. I want him to talk about my little coin that has tiny market cap. And then I'm the guy who shilled it. You know what I mean? I got to really be careful, man. I don't mean to be rude to you, but like anyone could come here and throw a $20 super chat and expect me to, put eyes on a coin. And I might not want eyes on that coin. You know what I mean? I might not want to use my channel for that purpose. My stuff's still in Florida. Cheaper to store there than in Mass. Yeah, Mass will get you. All right. Sarasota's dope. Insurance premium is up 46% in the past 2 years in Florida, though. Insurance premium. Yeah, but I mean, what is that? Like $5,000 to $7,000? I guess, I'll be all right. Florida too hot for us Irish boys. Oh, no. I mean, my wife wants the South Carolina thing. I just don't know enough about South Carolina, Billy. And I love Sarasota, man. We got AGIX. We have a lot of super chats, everybody. We got AGIX. We have NEAR. We have EPIKO, VVS, SHIDO, FLUX, and then my favorite coin. Wow. And if we get a chance, I will look at what you're talking about, Operation Phoenix. But
We'll take a look. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be, see, that's the thing. I'm the nicest guy in the world. I don't want to be rude, but I also don't want to be taken advantage of, right? You get it? Like someone could be like, oh, he's going to shill our coin now. You know what I mean? To 1,000 people. It's like, I work so hard to build our community. I don't want to shill it. You know, I don't want to shill things to people, right? So, I don't know. There's the fine line, right? There's a fine line between all that behavior. Sam, just join your premium trading group today to try it out. Just want to show appreciation for your calls and hard work, bro. Can you analyze AGIX and NEAR if you got time? We'll take a look at AGIX. We'll take a look at NEAR as well and break it down. All right. Can't stand that song, honestly. We're going to start getting some new music on the stream, man. We got to. All right. Let's get back in. But thank you to all the fan funding. Shout out to Cresto Crypto, M. Craigs 007, Fit for Life Crypto, Cresco Crypto, J. Rego Music, Positive Journey, and celebrate the 5th Super Chat on a live. Shout out to Master Friend throwing down $27.99. Unbelievable. Shout out to Mikey Robinson for the 5 beans. Let's celebrate the first Super Chat on a live stream, the first one ever. We get a lot of those. You know, YouTube should give me commission for bringing some of the first people ever on Super Chats. You know what I mean? I feel like I break Super Chat cherries all the time. Shout out to Stash. Shout out to Tori. Shout out to Highly Trained. Shout out to Michael Miller. And that's his first Super Chat on a live stream. Look at that. Love what you preach and you teach. You're the most positive and educational man on YouTube. Can you please go over your favorite project? God bless you, man. Thank you. And I'm going to take a look at Caspa. My fiance just said I should invite you to our wedding since you're in our home so much. Highly Trained, we love you. Hey, man, you won't be the first. I just got invited to someone else's wedding in the trading group. Totally understand. I will bring it up again in a few weeks. Shout out to Charles Jansen. Hey, the way you handle that makes me kind of want to look at it now because you don't sound like a shill, so you sound pretty cool. Anyway, God bless all the Super Chats. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. We're going to jump in. Based on the coin supply and market cap, where do you think Welsh can go during this bull market? Interesting. I haven't really given it much thought. I sold all my Welsh. I'm going to see if it was a bad idea or not. Is it up huge? You're going to see me kick myself right now if I see it up absolutely huge. All right, let's see what happened. Okay, so I got into Welsh right here, and I held it for so long. Like, it was like 3 weeks or something. And then one day it was like, Welsh is up. And I sold it right there. So yeah, it did go up a lot more, even more. And I put it on everyone's radar. I was like, I'm into Welsh. And I only had $1,000. I don't know why I didn't just let it ride. I would have even more. I had $1,000. I was up $3,000. Yeah, so I almost tripled it. Sold it. Figured I made $2,000 on this little cruddy coin, you know. Didn't really know much about it. The daily to me is too far away for the 21-day moving average, getting a little overbought. But it's funny, they're all doing what Bitcoin's doing, right? They're all following Bitcoin now, like, in a way. This has bearish div, though, and it's overbought. Yes, I sold, so of course I'm biased, right? I get it. But extrapolate to TA. I'd watch it on like the 4-hour or the 1 hour. I'd watch the 4 hour and just watch it come back down to the 21-day moving average, right? One of two ways. If it stays, you know, again, just like Bitcoin though. Bitcoin rips again, this whole market's going to follow it. Bitcoin dumps, this whole market's going to dump. I don't care if it's a meme. I don't care what it is. There'll be a few altcoins that do their thing. They'll hold. But boom. Texas got people don't take no yeehaw. Shout out to Billy Ball. I sold my Welsh also. Hey, it happens, man. It was a little coin. Let's look at AGIX. We got to be thankful that we didn't, you know, we made gains on something we just, you know, hey. So I put this little flag out earlier today. It did break out nicely from 46 all the way back up to 49.64, almost hit 50. Remember, this is my baby. I was just gobbling this coin up all the way from here to here, and then I just started buying a lot down at the lows. I was like, hey, I got to. We bought at 19, 18, and then we let it sit. And then after buying all that, it just went sideways. And then the whole market kind of ripped. Remember? In October, we got the run up. It looked like it was going to fall. And then the rest of the market kept pumping, and AGIX didn't. AGIX actually would start to go down December and January. Well, BitTensor, all these other cool things would pump. And I had a huge bag, and I'm sitting there like, and then 3 days later, boom, 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 boom. 3 days from now, 3 days ago, I watched my bag just explode. Now, it's too far away for the 21. We may be coming back. We're very overbought. But, we're making a statement that we're probably going to make a new low. And that's all that matters to me. I don't really chase the high. I just want to see the new low continue on. Again, this looks a lot like what we saw before. And the measured move to me was that 46, and we hit it. The next big move could take you to 57, but only time will tell. And that's a Sammy Cup in handy, right? Bang, bang, bang for AGIX. We put that out in the gains factory. So again, you're away for the 21 on the daily. You're overbought. It's the same scenario that everything's doing. Same kind of scenario here for Bitcoin. However, right now, AI coins are super hot. There's something going on with them. Like there's VCs and a bunch of money coming in. Someone just told all the big banks, or whoever's, got the money, these are the hot, and they seem to be pumping them, whether to get retail involved, to dump on them, whatever they're doing, they're pumping AI coins. And to me, I would be watching this 1 hour time frame for a continuation up to 61 for AGIX, because AGIX is the front runner of a lot of, it's basically like, for whatever reason, it's kind of like, it waves the flag for AI coins. It's safe. People like it. It's got a good name. It's got a good reputation. All the other ones are kind of little things out of nowhere. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Not all of them, but AGIX has this kind of Ethereum reputation, so to speak. Okay. I stick to the high desert, 50 miles from a human, long range. Booms. Mooning, baby. Shout out to the sports hobbyist. 0.8 basis sold last time it hit 50 cents. Should have jumped back in, but didn't. Amen. Hey, man, good for you. See, when I get into things, I get in for a year and a half. That's what I regularly do. Like my big time calls, like my long-term holds, and then I keep a swing bag so I can get over so when things pump, I can swing and I can take advantage of the market, Super chats near EPIKO, VVS, SHIDO, FLUX, and your favorite coin. So AGIX looks interesting. I would put a flag on this, and if Bitcoin can go sideways and not ruin the show, there's a chance you do see a 60-cent AGIX by tomorrow afternoon. And again, I own it, so I would love to see it pump. And again, who knows? I'm open-minded. I'm not saying buy AGIX, so you have to. It's going to the upside. Who knows? Get the education you deserve if you want in my trading group. I'll show you how to do that really quick. Inside the pinned comment here that's right at you. Makes it very simple. You click on that, bang, and it brings you to my awesome website, cryptolifer.com. Learn to trade, unlock financial freedom. Join today. Join our highly motivated trading group, weekly group coaching, hourly market analysis, continuous coaching and research. There's no trading group like it. The perfect start, unique, tailored learning experiences. Begin your trading journey the right way. Sharpen your skills. And we're not going to, sell you a get rich quick scheme. Nothing is free in this world. We're going to show you how to grind every single day, one day at a time, and you're going to make it. I'm telling you, if you believe, everyone that believes in themselves and says they're going to make it is going to make it. Anyone that says they're not and talks negative to themselves and doesn't believe in themselves is likely not going to make it. You are basically the culmination of your thoughts. If you think you're going to do it, you're going to do it. So every day, just keep telling yourself, I'm going to do it. It's going to happen to me. You really fake it till you make it in a way. You tell yourself it's happening until it happens. You believe in it until it's there. Same thing if you want to move into a beautiful home on the beach, whatever it is, you kind of dream it, you manifest it, you think about it. It's the only thing you think about until you get there. It's a goal. You draw the whole universe's energy into your thought process until you manifest your reality. You live in the reality you create. You are a concept of your reality. When I worked the night shift and complained, why is my life so hard? I had made it that hard. It didn't have to be that hard. I could have went out of school, got a scholarship, went to Harvard, you know what I mean? I went to one of the nicest high schools, but I messed around. I did okay, but I didn't take advantage of my situation. As I got older, 25, 26, I realized, man, wow, I would have skipped right to the upper echelons and I just kept myself and my nose down. Instead, I played games, got myself into a night shift, and told myself life was hard. You know what I mean? Life was hard because I made it hard. All right? And I love this quote. Dan Pena says, it's going to be hard whether you're poor, whether you're rich. So why don't you just do it rich? Because it's going to be hard anyway. Life is hard, man. My mom died on Thanksgiving. It's hard. I don't care. You could give me $10 million. I'd give it right back to you to get my mom back. Scouts honor on my entire life right now. Take the Escalade, take the money, take every single trade, take it all. Okay? Bring my mom back for one day. For 2 days, I give 10 million. You know, that's how much you care about people and how much less you care about the money. I'm telling you right now. It's nice. Freedom tokens are great to have. Okay? But you got to respect them to keep them. A lot of people get wealthy. Not many people can keep their wealth. How you make your wealth depends on how you keep it. If you make it in a disciplined, focused way, adding on one brick at a time, one step at a time, you're very likely to keep your wealth. You make it in a quick, fast, aggressive manner, you're more likely to lose your wealth, right? I teach these principles of life every single day here on the channel. I want to see you make wealth and continue in your life. I want you to remember me years from now, like, that was the guy that taught me how to trade, and then I did this, and, you know, I just want to see everyone here go after, just feel amazing. And, you know, it's cliche, but live their best life. I want to see you live the absolute best that you can. Healthiest that you can be. Mental clarity that you have. A pocket full of money, no worries. What your daughter needs, what your wife needs, whatever you need, always able to provide. Okay? And then just, you know, in a spiritual connection with God that makes you feel like there is a being behind you that loves you, that cares about you, and wants you to have the greatest life absolutely possible on this earth. There's no reason why you should be living in poverty, pain, anguish. All right? Anyway, jump on in today. I don't know where this tangent went, but that's how I'm passionate about changing your life. And some days that's just what comes in. And that's how I talk. All right? AGIX looks interesting to me. Rio looked interesting to me. Broke out a little bit already. Seems like it may starting to break out a little bit on this 1 hour time frame. A little overbought though. We could even open it up and say maybe no, but to me it broke out. Look for the retest now. Look for this to stay above 89. The chance this thing really does pump to 125. The market is brewing. Be surprised we wake up tomorrow and Bitcoin just rips, and everyone's sitting there with their face like, we're at 56,000. People are like, I didn't know we could have done that. I'm like, well, Ozone continues to rip to the upside. That thing just crazy. That's just crazy. That's crazy talk. I put it out this morning, said, I wish I had given it. I looked at it last night. I didn't put it out to anyone. I saw this flag. I was just going through the market, and I saw this flag, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. I said, those moving averages are tight. I said, 1 hour's all right. I said, the 4 hour looks like it could really blast. I said, that looks interesting. And I just kind of passed it by. I thought there was something better, I looked at MAVIA or whatever. And then I got on the live stream this morning, things like there. I'm like, guys, dang, I missed this. And then it goes up even more. Crazy. It goes up another like 60% from there, 40%. Just insane. The whole market's just ripping. Ripping. Man, not everything's ripping, all right? But, not every single little tiny crappy altcoin in the game. Was it MBD that we looked at, this AI coin? MBD Financials. This thing just ripped, right? Went up 27%. Did get sold off, but it made a fat candle. Now oversold too, and then some people were deep diving it. It looked like it actually may be kind of a gem. So this may be something new on the radar here that just came out. MBD Financials. I don't know. It could be a piece of garbage too. You got to do your own due diligence on that. I'm not getting into that long term. I want to make that very, very clear. All right. Very clear. But it just, I'm starting to find all sorts of new, interesting coins almost every single day. Thank you for that ozone idea you talked about there. He said yesterday morning there was so much potential, panic selling, and I bought a bunch of stuff, So, is this? Not yet. This is earlier today. Hold up. I was about to say sometimes that happens to me. I start reading the chat from earlier. I'm like, where's everything? Let's take a look at NEAR, EPIKO, and VVS, and then we'll go from there. Shout out to Crypto Billy. We love you. Let's take a look at NEAR. So I love this coin, all right? when I saw this Adam and Eve, I started buying it in here, and I'm up nice, right? We did get the rally all the way to 450. We came all the way back down and gave most of it back. Let's take a look at what's happening in here. Are we going to continue to the upside? I love the previous supporters resistance bump here. Beautiful, right? Telling you that 269 may be that bottom, right? We may never go lower than that. Another Adam and Eve kind of here too, and then another supporter resistance flip here. Previous resistance became support at 319. Now we got our next big resistance at 436, and then, you know, I could say that near broke out of this diagonal falling wedge. Beautiful move. And then flagged out. The daily getting high. There's the 3-day chart. 3-day chart still just, you know, and it's ready to go. Retesting with the golden cross. I'd stay on the 3-day chart and really not stress any other time frame too much. And I see near continuing that 3-day to 644. I'm a huge fan of near. I've been in near for a minute. I could see near going all the way to 18. That's going to be a 9 to 10x from when I got in. And so let's go, baby. Let's go. Near for the 10x. And I'm ready, man. I'm ready. And I got a big old bag of near. And where do I go and grab near? All right. And I love it on MEXC. All right. MEXC is the place to be. All right. There's a link to MEXC. Look, it's lowest fees in the market. Like, say you wanted to buy Bitcoin. I bought it on Binance US. I bought $5,000 of it, you know, 6-7 months ago. They charged me $500 more. Oh, they charged me like $100 more. Like, it was $28,001. They charged me $28,250, $150 on the price. And they charged me like $498 in fees somehow. Had I just bought Tether, sent the Tether over to here and bought it, 0 spot maker and taker fee, and then sent it to my hardware wallet, I would have paid 0 fees. You can also KYC with a Palau ID. Go to rnsid.com and you'll be able to KYC nice and easily, talk to customer service, not feel like you're someone hiding out without an ID. So if you want a KYC on any of the premier exchanges, get yourself a Palau ID today and jump on it. All right. Link right here that I just pinned. KYC yourself with a Palau ID today. It'll be amazing. All right. Guys, still some gain in flux before it's done pumping. So many coins, so many coins. I opened a Mora position. Dude, Mora could be big. You know. Man, I've been sub for years now, and you're like family. I've been financially F, so I have been in crypto in months. So sorry for your loss. I'm just getting back to crypto. No worries, Michael B. God bless you, man. God bless you. XNA is brewing. I love it. AGIA ripped. Yeah, we gave you AGIA in the cup and handle. And it's funny, AGIX ripped, and then it was anything with an AGI. Really kind of like... But we liked Delicium. It was a coin that we talked about over and over again. I went over many times. And there's Delicium for massive gains, 132% for Delicium. I love what I'm seeing here for Delicium, right? 11 cents for AGI. Bang, bang, bang. All right. AGI. Set your goals, set your focus. What are you trading for? What if you're trading for a $3 million mansion on the beach? Print it out, look at it every day, tell yourself that's where you're going, and then go to trade till you get there. Like, and then it's going to happen faster than you realize once you begin the focus. But you got to begin the focus. Look for this 12-hour time frame to reset, stay above this key level, and the 21-day moving average to come back into price. I'd be watching this. This thing looks like it may not be done and may continue on another leg up and head to 17 cents. We were looking at it even lower here when it was back at 2 cents. I mean, right now you're looking at a 5x on AGI, and just now it just did it basically almost a triple up. And again, why did I get into it? Because I go over after up, you know, shoulder, head, and shoulder. Price action went up, down, got very tight. Hugged a high volume node. The stochastics RSI were very low on the bigger time frames. I'm called Sammy Cup and Handy for a reason. There's your cup. There's your handle. Bang to the upside. I also trade tight moving averages. I talk about it all the time. I use a 5 MA ribbon. 5 MA right here. The 21, the 50, the 80, the 100, and the 200. When they get tight and close together, I start looking into price action. It tells me there's going to be a move. I don't buy until I see tight moving averages. When the moving averages are far apart and I get bearish divergence, it tells me I should start getting out of the trade. And when the price action stays away from the 21, it tells me that I should start to think that I'm getting overexposed in my position and I'm getting into the overvalued area. When I get brought down away from the 21 and pulled away from the 21 like this, pulled away from the 21 right here. Whenever price action gets pulled down away from the 21 and the 21 gets pulled away from the 200. So if price is away from the 21 and away from the 200, you're buying in most likely an undervalued area. Okay. Now support and resistance still apply, and the weekly time frame is something you should pay attention to. If you look at AGI, look, shoulder, head, right shoulder, a giant inverted head and shoulder, broke the neckline and popped to the upside. So a lot of ideas why I got in. I didn't want to just show you the gains. I want to show you why I made the gains. You know, anyone could show you gains. Can we teach you the gains? All right. XNA 1 key is coming also, a next tier 1 exchange within a few months. XNA, that's amazing. I like to hear that it's getting its 1 key wallet. When a new coin comes out, what are some key things you look at to determine if it's a good project? I look at how many exchanges it's on. I look at how many Twitter follows it has. I look at how many times they're tweeting a day. If they're skipping days, I don't really want to touch it. I look at, the following. I look at the volume. And also, I just look at what it does in the marketing too. What's the name? The name means something to me. I've seen good projects with horrible names. Grosso coin. No one wants to buy Grosso coin. I don't care what it does and how great it is. Nobody wants it. You know? You got to have a cool name. Some have better names than others. Like Gunzilla. How is that not going to do well? I'm just, you know what I mean? Shrapnel. I mean, how is that? It's great names. Like right when I heard Shrapnel, I said, that's hot. I looked at it on Mexi. I said, if I buy that's going to make me money. It went up 3x, 5x, 20. You know, it was boom. So like, I can't, it's crazy, but yes, sometimes I go off a name immediately and just volume. If it's long-term hold, I want to do some real research. I'm reading white papers. I'm finding out what they do. I want to know the team too. If I can get a name of a person, like Games for a Living, I'm holding off because I like Trip Hawkins. And the guy's done other big things in his life. Why would he want to, MAVIA took a huge dump. No, it did not. Well, you playing with me, right? It's at 950, man. It's right where I sold it at, and it's holding the previous support and resistance level. Everyone, MAVIA did not take a huge dump. I don't know who this guy is. I mean, I guess you could say from 1070 back to 950, but I mean, it was an extended move, in my humble opinion. A big dump is not when an extended move pulls back. A big dump is when you dump down from a key area. All right, let's just be clear. In my humble opinion. And I could be wrong. You take it how you want it. So this looks like it's forming the Adam and Eve double bottom here. And that's going to be your low entry. If you really believe in this project, it's probably not going to get any lower than that. Again, I'm not a huge fan of it at the moment. Maybe I will. Let's slightly deep dive it for you guys in a second. And you go to CoinMarketCap, you're going to want to check it out. Caspa holding 1645. Love seeing that. Fetch at basically all-time high on some of the charts. $84. I'm a big Fetch guy. It was a big day for my portfolio. Massive gains in the trading group. And I didn't expect it on a Sunday to be like, I looked and I was like, my what bag is my, huh? And bags were just ripping, right? Caspa bag is ripping. Look at you don't think this is weird? I don't want to show this, but I think, look, I'm at 333 and my TRIAS bag is 13,33333. You don't think that's strange? And I didn't want to show it. I shouldn't have showed it, but I just can't believe the 333s. Like, what the? Like, who does that? Who does that? 1333? 13,333? Check out Promethean Prodigy. It's AI, PMPY. We looked at that when it first came out. Remember when someone first asked me to go on PMPY and I made a joke or something? Right? B-Rise, USDT. What are your thoughts on Ravencoin? And I will extrapolate a lot of these coins off of this onto a Tangent and a 1-key wallet, just to make it clear. I just want you to know. And I do. Every time I get up to one Bitcoin, I just took a whole Bitcoin off last night. Every time I get up to a Bitcoin, it comes right off. EPIKO, VVS, SHIDO. Let's take a look at EPIKO. And I stay strapped at all times. Bitcoin making moves. I like that. I like that. I like that. MAVIA looks like the 4 hour's about to dump on you, though. In all honesty, the 4 hour looks like it's coming back down. It got high on the on the stochastics RSI. Oh, 1 key. Look at you. Yeah. I ordered one last night. It's coming tomorrow. Yeah. AITECH is up 32% from yesterday, but has legs. So EPIKO, look at that. An Adam and Eve double bottom for EPIKO. 786 Fibonacci retracement. That's likely a bottom, in my humble opinion. Holding the 200 SMA on the 12-hour time frame. It's likely going to make a move. You could be safe and wait for it to break above 11.11, but then you miss that little, those gainers. And this thing could be big. What is EPIKO? We're in the 3,000s. You're deep diving. 7,000. Wow, the market cap's 700,000. That's like, yikes. That's very small for me. Like, that is a little, like, I don't know, right? White paper listed on join the vibrant EPIKO and take your pick of exciting activities, whether you want to socialize with friends, the EPIKO world, other partners. Vive, interesting. I mean, is it really like a spinoff of something smaller? It does. The website's a little weird, a little blurry, right? I don't know. Ecosystem, the EPIKO hub, coming soon. So they don't even have a lot of stuff out yet. Launchpad, Bybit affiliation. Looks a little sketchy to me, right? They say they have these as partners. Is that their partners? I don't know. Interesting. That's weird, right? Terra Luna will do good. You're funny. Watching Lifer on Cell on TV. Let's go. AI bags a pumping. I love it. So I don't know, man. I'm not sold on that. I got to be honest. I look at the website a lot. I look at the way they went about marketing themselves. However, as an altcoin, that's an Adam and Eve double bottom. And those like to pump to the upside absolutely beautifully. That is a bottom at a 786. It's very, very, very aggressive entry. But there's a chance there's a 2x coming out of this thing to the upside. I would definitely watch EPIKO, but the market cap is very small. Just be very careful. All right. Not my cup of tea, personally. There's some warning signs there because there's a lot of risk. That's all. VVS Finance. You asked for VVS. I mean, this thing's on Gate.io, came down, bottomed out, in a bit of a cup and handle, oversold in the 12-hour time frame. You just want to see it get back above this, 3984 with whatever zeros you got. Look at 33333. Every time, baby. Every time. Every time I'm around, you're going to see the 333. Like, if I'm here, you're going to see it. It's crazy. I don't know why, but it just follows me around. I don't know why that's not a 3-2. The 4 is kind of weird. That should be switched. Switch that to a 3 for me right now, please. Thank you so much. And then just like, bling. But anyway, I can see this breaking out. It's a bit of a cup and handle to me. Very, very high risk. I don't know what it does. I don't really trade Gate.io. And so, grain of salt, 100%. But it isn't a flag. And if it, I'd wait for it to break above this and retest. There's a gap in the VRVP. Says it can easily get up to that 6-0 level from 3. About a double up. A little under a double up. All right. Yeah. Keep it moving. Keep it grooving. Gotta lose it. Gotta move it. Can't stop. Sorry. I'm sorry. Forgive me, please. I have it in me and I can't get it out. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Shido, Flux, your favorite coin, Karate, and Tin. I see Karate doing damage. Download the app right now. Bet on your favorite fighter. We got Jason Appleton fighting. We got my man Adam Charles. Adam's such a nice person, man. He put together that whole event. The Fighting Gypsy dude. I can't wait to see him back in action. He was an MMA fighter in the past. He's back. Look at him. Ready to rock. Karate Combat 44 in Mexico City. This is happening in 5 days. All right. It's going to be pretty awesome. We got to check this out. All right. Sponsored by Market Cypher too, man. You got to love that. He's sponsoring fighters. Love him or hate him, it takes guts to fight in Karate Combat Arena. I'm proud of Ben Armstrong and his trainer. Let's go. No jokes, man. No jokes. Like, he even slimmed down a little bit. He's going at it. He's been focused for the last few days off of social media. We'll see what happens. It's a big, big time event. Jason Appleton also in the game. And that's Crypto Crow. All right. My man, Crypto Crow. Dude's 7 feet tall. It's going to be an amazing event. I'm telling you right now. Whoever fighting him is out of their mind. I'll tell you what. He's also an ex-crypto guy. Right? So, But shout out to Crypto Crow, man, doing damage. My man, Jason Appleton. So it's going to be, I know all these people fighting. It's going to be crazy. With quantum theory, brother, one day the rest will understand. Amen. Sam, can you look at TIN token? It's a morph game. Yeah, TIN was hot today. Came out on XC, started pumping. I looked at it and at all-time high was going pretty well. We'll see what happens for TIN. All right. Token in. XC, right? Oh, wow. It kept going. I didn't think to get in when you talk about it. It just kept going, man. Wow. Crazy. You pointed it out. When I looked at it, it was right here. And I was like, it's kind of like, it was right here. It was about to hit this high. And I figured, I was like, I don't know, man. It's pumping pretty nicely. And then, wow. So I just blindly threw some money in there. I would have doubled up. You know, God bless you guys. You gave it, my group gave it to me today, right before the trading. Like, yo, I'm in this new thing. 10 just came out. Banging on them. And I'm like, what? Dude, MEXC, don't do this at home, but I'll find a new coin, make sure it has enough liquidity, and I'll just put $500 to $1,000 on it. Bang, bang, bang. A lot of them make gains. It's just crazy. MEXC is the place to be, man. And then that rising wedge broke out. Now it's still flagging. Again, high risk now as it continues. I mean, I wouldn't be able to touch this anymore, right? And I don't want to entice you guys. Be careful. Just be careful. If I didn't get in early and put what I was willing to lose, I wouldn't be touching it. And it's sad. It may end up becoming a bigger project. And already at 12 cents, it was just a penny. I mean, this is crazy. This thing was a penny. It basically did a 12x. Like, it was a penny and 3/10, so fine. But look, 1,200%. I mean, this is nuts. 800% gains. Amazing. Let's take a look at SHIDO. That could continue, but it's high risk. All right. Someone showed it to me in the group, though. There's always opportunity, everybody. Dude, SHIDO, I really want this coin long term. And so I wanted it to keep pulling back. Like, I'm like, I don't own any SHIDO yet. I didn't get any SEI yet, right? I did get Cetus, a play for Sui. That was like my back-ended play so far, and it's been playing me. You know? Hasn't really given us the oomph yet, but that's also a long-term ecosystem play. Give it a couple more months for it to really flourish. One day it's going to be the hottest thing since sliced bread, I believe. That Dex for Sui, Cetus, and it's on my radar, all right? I built myself a position, and I'm going to see where it goes. All right, when it comes to SHIDO, let's delete everything and just look at it on the daily without the moving averages. I know the moving averages can be a lot for you guys when you first start with me. If I saw it on the screen, I'd be like, what's going on? He's got a lot of squiggly lines on there. What is this guy doing? 100%. 100%. I get it. But just bear with me. Listen to my calm voice. Understand that I love you. And know that I'm just doing what works, okay? And no, I don't have all the answers. I never claimed to. I never said I did. I'm just a guy that's here every single day. I put a lot of time into the market. And you can assess whether my time in the market can help you or not. It's really up to you. Do you think it's valuable to hang out with me? That's up to you, right? And if it is, then keep coming back. And that's basically what this is, okay? There's no catch here. If you love it, keep coming back. And if you like the positive energy, you just like that vibe. You like someone who's bright, happy, believes in themselves, has no problem being, being in a good mood, cracking a joke here and there, feeling good, If that's something that you're into, hit the like button, okay? Hit a 333 in the comment section if you like feeling good. If you go after that passion. If you're regularly in a good mood, let me know. Put a 1 in the comment section if you're regularly in a good mood, okay? Hey, Sam, 2 weeks into your group, and it definitely pays for itself. Please check Sol and Ethereum. Thank you for saying that. What's your conservative price target for Caspa? I haven't really been able to really ask myself that. I got to sit down and give myself an hour of Caspa to look at some, but it looks like we could go to $7 trillion market cap and get to some crazy highs. And this market could really do some damage. I like SHIDO in this cup and handle here, holding the higher low. That could be actually the lowest price we could get SHIDO. The 4 hours very oversold. The daily's coming on down. The 2 days pretty beat. That's all you can get. So the 4 hour has a little more significance, and the 4 hour is very low. RSI could get lower, but, I wouldn't be surprised if we hold that lower low. I do see this as a shoulder, a head, and kind of a slanted right shoulder. If we break this neckline, we are coming back down to test this level here and possibly this level down at 4-1, okay? I did pull a fib, though, and if you take the fib, we are bouncing off of the golden pocket, which is a very good retracement area for SHIDO. So I like SHIDO. That could be your last chance to get SHIDO before it really decides to make the big rippery-doo-doo. I said rippery-doo-doo, I guess. Yikes. But a big rip to the upside, right? Sam's group helped me start trading full time. He's the real deal. Shout out to J Hub Shub. I love that, man. Thank you. $8 trillion has been added to the stock market since January of 2023. It's crazy, man. Let's dump it. What's your poll say? Lost my job in January. Got his own fighting club called Dark Alley Boxing. Sam's got his... You're funny, man. Yo, that's hot. Flux, your favorite coin, Karate, PZP, WorldCoin, and AITECH. Hey, Sam, think of a number 1 to 100. 66. We get them on the floor, baby. We do, though. We do. So SHIDO. And then SHIDO will be huge. Everyone will talk about it. It will be the coolest things in sliced bread. And we'll be like, we bought SHIDO back on, on that day. At that time. But SHIDO looks interesting to me. I like this setup. I am weary of the right shoulder, the head, the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. We break this neckline. If we break 7, then you're dropping down to 6, right? Obvious. It sounds obvious, but seriously. 10 baked beans, baby. Amen. MOVR is about to blast. I'm still in this coin. I've had a limit order on it for like a month straight just to see, and it hasn't hit forever. I got in right here and put a limit order at 55, and I've had it sitting there ever since. And I've been in the coin since somewhere January 7th. So for a month and a half straight, a month and 11 days, I've just been in MOVR. It is making a rounded bottom, and rounded bottoms do pay the bills. And after being in this for so long and not losing any money, because I got in at like 23 a month ago, and I'm still like a buck above where I was at. Pretty sweet, right? I didn't lose anything, which tells me there's likely something brewing too. When you're in a coin that long and you don't lose, it almost makes you want to load up a little more. All right. I think Karate's going to pump. Karate always pumps into these events. No one talks about it. It gets kind of, And so the last time we were in Karate, we were looking for it to make a big move. We were gaining. Remember, we got into Karate here, and then it continued to pump. So Karate's hot. We know Karate's hot. And, they give you the tokens. They let you vote with it. They like this coin. They want to get people into it. They want to continue the series. The first time, they may even lose money because they're trying to get you into the token, into the idea, and then the next season. So as this continues to grow, hopefully other fighters that are, into other things will come in too that are known in other arenas. They've got a pretty good idea here with what could happen. And it's very unique. There's no other coin really doing what this is doing, right? And it's also backed by CryptoRS. It's got a big YouTuber behind it. There's a lot going for this thing. So, just use your common sense. But, Karate, I don't see why it can't make another 89, 85% move here, specifically in this big Mexico City bout coming up in 5 days. So pay attention to Karate. I wouldn't be surprised if it does get a move. As the coin does get utility, you can use it to vote in these moves, right? So a 50-cent Karate, you think it could definitely, a 10x would be 5 cents. I think you mean a 5 cent, right? You mean it can 100x from here? So put a 500 on it and just walk away, right? Pixel Gaming token launching on Mexi in 7 hours. Thank you, Buff Link. Appreciate that. What are your thoughts on Baby Doge? I think I have some Baby Doge right now. It's so funny, right? I shouldn't. Don't tell anybody. I just let the cat out the bag, though. Let's take a look at Flux here on KuCoin or CoinX. Wow, Flux finally got a big move. It took a long time, right? I was bullish on Flux until I wasn't. Remember that? And then Flux came down to 32. It really only still did a 3x, but still, man, almost everything is 3x at this point. And again, it was in the Rio, Sammy, Cup, and Hattie. These are like beautiful. I find the cup, I find the handle. We get above the 200, tight moving averages, high volume node, low stochastics on the daily, and this thing was ripped. Beautiful move from 55 to 89. Flux in the last 7-8 days just pumping to the upside amazingly well, and it's kind of an Adam and Eve feel to it that maybe might continue. It's away from its 21-day moving average on the daily. You would expect it to come back down or make some type of flag again. Same thing I just showed you on all these other coins. Wait for this to, flag or go down, right? One of these two areas. Either way, it's not going to pump till it interacts with the 21-day moving average. If it does that, Flux is likely ready for its next leg up. I'm telling you right now, I've been looking at Total 3, the crypto total market cap of all of cryptocurrency, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I've been telling you that this thing is ripping, and it's been ripping. And the reason why is because I trade the 200 SMA and I use the 5-day chart. Nobody else does this. I haven't seen many other people do it. And the fact that this closed again, now we're going to wait another 20 hours. But if in 20 hours and 59 minutes we close another green candle, as long as the altcoins stay above this yellow line, no matter what happens, Bitcoin, we are going to have a massive altcoin rally. It's saying, and we're going up to 730 billion. At that point, we're going to be up pretty big in a lot of these coins. There will be a pullback. All right. There will be a pullback, right? But this is just something I got to show you guys. This is something you got to pay attention to. Okay. This is the total market cap of all of the cryptocurrencies, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is the altcoins, baby. This is how you really find out where alt season is. Not listen to some random person on Twitter or some random idea that someone's, this is the charts. Men lie, women lie. The charts don't lie. I got into this coin at the, in this area here. 5-day chart, ready to rock. Look at it. I see this going up to 7.8 and doubling up. You do what you want. PCP is a hot project. People were getting in here. We started looking at it when it first hit Mexi or KuCoin, at half a penny or 6 cents. Sorry, it's up 6x almost at the, from the top. It went up even more. It went up 9x. But I see this thing getting legs. PZP. I own it. It's in my portfolio. I know Jenna X's it, likes it. A lot of other people are in it. Anyone else a PCP holder? I'm a PZP holder, baby. And I see it making a move. Once it gets above this resistance, it's really got no other resistance till it gets almost all the way to 51 cents. Really an easy gap there. Not a lot of resistance for this coin. All right. Let's take a look at WorldCoin. I don't like WorldCoin personally. Not my cup of tea. But we'll look at it anyway. I mean, it moons though, right? Who cares what it is, right? Look at that, going from 230 to 630, just booming. And again, like the cup and handle. Like, I can't believe how all you have to find are cup and handles all day long with Fibonacci retracements and maybe some hidden bullish, right? Look and see how this looked on the daily. And you guys were telling me about it even just 2 days ago. Remember, you guys were like, WorldCoin. And there it goes, just booming, a 3x in 2 days. In 3 days, 6 days, unbelievable. Look at those 2-day candles ripping. Again, away for the 21-day moving average. We would have to get some type of pullback. What an insane move. I'd pull a Fibonacci here as well. There's a chance it continues to rip, though, something this crazy. I would watch smaller time frames till they finally get a bearish div and start to cool down. But if Bitcoin rips 2 tonight, which people are saying it is, I'm going to take a look at it right now. Where's Bitcoin? 52,200 strong right now for BTC. All right. If Bitcoin continues, a lot of these coins will just defy gravity and continue to rip. This looks like they are getting towards the end of their runs. But with the stock market closed tomorrow, it looks like these big boys that play the market are going to want to play the altcoins. It seems like that's what they're doing. You tell me. But there's something jumping around here. MAVIA back at 964, getting that pump back to the upside. I may regret ever selling that coin. Looks like the 1 hour is about to push. To be honest, look at MAVIA. Looks like it's about to pump on the 1 hour time frame here. Previous resistance becomes support, oversold. You got hidden bullish divergence. The market's ripping, holding Bitcoin. Man, I may have to jump back into MAVIA. Interesting. Very interesting. And remember, I have this says it does have more legs. All the way possibly to 1492 for MAVIA. All right. That would be the bigger target. From here, that's some massive gains. So let's see. Only time will tell. Looks pretty good to me. Even zoomed in here above me. It looks pretty interesting for MAVIA. All right. We'll get back into Bitcoin after AITECH. Wow. We do a lot of work here on this channel. It's no joke. All right. If you're in my trading group, I gave you AITECH. I talked about it. We talked about it when it came up and retested. We broke it down. I've been going over AITECH from when it was back down here. It was a token metrics call. Guys, we give you the hottest coins all the time. We show you how to get into them with the technical analysis. We find the trend. We tight moving averages above the 200 SMA. Bang, another 51% gains for AITECH. I saw maybe it could come down and retest, but this thing is just gone. And you'd be like, no, he didn't. But yes, he did. AITECH even had a hot name. It was just like you see that alone. AITECH was, you didn't think AITECH, the name alone was like gonna kind of, you know, it was catchy. All right. Pretty crazy, man. I can see AITECH heading to 10 cents. I'm showing you right here, right? And it definitely went to 10 cents. We were putting it out even before that. 51% gains for AITECH. Bang, bang, bang. Unbelievable. And if you want to learn, this is the place to learn every single day. You want to see how the actual stuff plays out. Keep coming back every single day, all right? We don't take days off, baby. We keep pumping. Home market's still ripping. Feel like you got to take some profits, though, when things are hot. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. You might just have gotten a hot idea. Look at a portfolio. Get some awesome gems. You never know. I even gave MAVIA this weekend. I was nice. I gave TRIAS this weekend as well. Just in a really good mood. Showed you how we nailed this coin, this Caspa call too as well. Right before we to get in. We showed you right where to get in. Tight moving averages in the flag. Anyway, I could show you this over and over and over and over again. But again, you could believe me or you couldn't. It's up to you. Just keep coming back. All right? Keep coming back. And I think that's going to be it for the night here on the Super Chats. Right? Yeah, Karate. We did a lot of Super Chats. Flux, Karate, PZP, WorldCoin. Shout out to everyone that did some fan funding. Pixel Gaming Token will come live in 7 hours. AITECH, please. Yep. WorldCoin 3X in like 2 months. PZP, please. Jimmy Villain, we love you. Crypto Thorough. We looked at Tin. We looked at Maximo Pascal. We looked at Karate. Thank you. Based on coin supply market cap, where do you think Welsh can go? I don't really know, man. That's tough for me. I'd have to really, that takes me like an hour to do. Charles Jansen, totally understand. I'll bring it up again in a few weeks. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. And that's the coin he's looking at is Operation Phoenix. Love what you preach and teach. Thank you, Miguel. Michael Miller, highly trained Tori Stas, Michael Robinson, Master Friend, Positive Journey, J Rego, Crespo Crypto, Fit for Life Crypto, M Craigs 007, Crespo Crypto, and everybody here. Wow, $125 in chat revenue. Thank you. God bless you. Appreciate that. You guys bought me dinner yet again. I love it. Very nice of you. Why haven't you jumped into SEI? I bought a bigger bag earlier. Then when it swung, I jumped on out. And honestly, because I got other bags that I like, to be honest, you know. So, but agreed. I mean, it's hot and it's pumping, but it's also, you know, it's a little overbought right now. I don't like to chase overbought dailies with some bearish div there. So it's telling me that I may be able to get it a little cheaper, but it's not that far away for the 21. And it really could be. And again, I wish I had gotten it at 12 cents. You know what I mean? Like, it's already up at 10x, basically. So I'm kind of like, I don't like to chase. I'd rather get in something on the low. All right. Are you a traveling man east to west? Hey, all over the place, baby. Shout out to Hoosier McCrypto. I'm from Indiana, so Hoosier is a blend of who's there. Hoosier. Yeah, we know the Hoosiers, man. Come on, bro. You act like we don't know what Hoosier is? The Hoosier basketball team, dude? Come on. Like, you act like you're from, like, dude, let's get real, all right? Your name's not like, you know, it's not Hoosier, all right? The Hoosiers, bro. Hoosier McCrypto, all right? That's how they say it on ESPN when I was in college, all right? Your favorite coin? We'll take a look at Caspa, but my favorite coin is Bitcoin. How's that? And then I get to do Bitcoin and get out of here. Hey, love it. Hey, you can't hate on me for that. I get tired Sunday night, everybody. I got a big week ahead of me and a lot of stuff to do. I need a big night's sleep. I can't be up all night going crazy. So I gave you Bitcoin in a nutshell. Watch the daily on the sideways price action. All right. Making a flag. The 8 hour looks like it's going to rip. I'll be honest with you. The 4-hour has legs. Looks like we're going to pump. We bounce off the low. We have hidden bullish divergence. The 1 hour doesn't look amazing. It's going sideways. I left you with the 15-minute flag that looked aggressive. Didn't do much. Still showing a bit of chop inside an inverted head and shoulder. All right. Where do I see us tomorrow? When I show up tomorrow in about, it's 10 o'clock. I'll be back tomorrow in 12 hours from now. All right. Still this beautiful inverted head and shoulder. Tells me we're going to break to the upside. That's a very strong structure. Okay. Above moving averages. Here's the deal. As long as the 7-minute holds this 200 SMA tonight, I'm bullish. And I see, look, shoulder head. This is kind of like, this looks bullish to me. So we're making somewhat of a symmetrical triangle. Okay. This is likely what we're seeing here for Bitcoin. Something like this. Am I bullish or bearish? Honestly, I mean, I'm bullish. I have a bunch of positions open. I wouldn't want to see the market take a nasty dump. I'll tell you that. I get mixed signals, though. 7-minute looks like it's coming back down. 15-minute doesn't look amazing. And the 1 hour looks like it's going to come down. So to me, if I had to call it, let's see. I like to make a call. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, all right? And I only show you probabilities. But the probabilities do tell me, hey, this is likely going to happen. This is likely going to happen, right? So look, this is a rising wedge. Okay, rising wedges break out parabolically. So this thing, but that's very rare. So it would be very rare, but we could get a nasty short squeeze up and wake up tomorrow at 53.8. This is very possible. You did have previous resistance that you flipped as support today. Resistance, resistance, resistance. You got above it 4 hours straight. You haven't gone below it. What area is that? That's 51,052K. So you hold 52K, this rising wedge could break out. However, rising wedges break down 68% of the time. Most of the time, this is going to trip out and break down here and end up where it began. All right. And then you'd be 1, 2, this would be the M, and then you continue. I'd be watching the 7-minute to see if you lose the 200 SMA. If you lose the 200 SMA, then you're likely going down. You know, if you lose the 200 SMA in the 7, so I'd keep the 7-minute on one screen, or I'd have 3 screens open on one screen if I only had one computer. But I definitely have the 7-minute open tonight. And I'd be watching to see if it loses the 200 SMA. If it does, it's more likely this rising wedge is breaking down. If it does not, the chop keeps going. We get tighter and tighter in the zone, right? Because I'm going to be in bed for 2 hours. I'm not going to be able to hold your hand throughout Bitcoin for all night long, right? As much as I would love to, I can't. It's going to get tighter and tighter. If you see that and it's 4 or 5 in the morning, it's likely you're making the shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder, and you take that long on a short squeeze. There's going to be volatility tomorrow despite it, but it's probably, we still could get chopped low volume because it's President's Day, all right? So just remember, it's a banking holiday. That's how I'd trade Bitcoin. I'd be watching the 7-minute and the 15. They'll blend into the 1 hour and kind of give you the idea. Either this rising wedge breaks to the downside or the symmetrical triangle gets tight and we do get a breakout. Likelihood we go more sideways into tomorrow, and I wouldn't be surprised if, where do we, and then I like to just, this is a joke, because I don't know, maybe we're right here when we wake up tomorrow morning. 12 hours from now is right there. Slight move for Bitcoin, and we're right around in that green box. We'll see what happens. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. And thank you so much for coming on in. Thank you for all the people that chatted, all the super chats that came on in tonight, and all the interactions. May God bless each and every one of you. It wasn't a super chat. He just asked me. He said Pixel was coming out in a few hours on MEXC. That's all. Yeah, he didn't ask me to go over. He just said Pixel's coming out. That's all. He made a statement. All right. God bless everybody on the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for this beautiful night live stream. I don't know how we go 2 hours every single dang time. I always think it's only going to be an hour tonight. And somehow it's 10:14 and I fill 2 hours. No matter what, we do it. At the end of the day, I'm a little more bearish than bullish. Bitcoin can't get back above 52,350 there. You got to get above this resistance to remain bullish. If you double top, if you do not close a 4-hour candle above here, I would expect more downside. Hold on. If we don't close a 4-hour candle above this key level, I would expect more downside for Bitcoin. All right. So pay attention, everybody. Stay focused and have a blessed day. Pay yourself. If you're up nicely, take some profits if you can, unless it's a long-term hold and you're going for the long haul. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself one and do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. All right. Throwing out a new nickname, the Lifer Reserve, because he just keeps printing money. Amen. Like the Federal Reserve, but the Lifer Reserve, because we keep printing money. Full of Dom Perignon and water for the G's. Yes, sir. Ozone keeps pumping. Yes, I see. And I brought it up on the stream earlier today. Thing is out of control. Amazing. Amazing. Hey, Sam, do you recommend joining the trading group with a tight budget? Is there a high chance that I can earn money so I can use it for the next subscription? I say just keep coming to the live stream, man, and make the money free here first before I ask you for a dime. Make the money here free. See, everyone wants you to sign up and pay for their stuff. I don't want you to sign up for nothing, man. I just want you to keep showing up on my live. If you make enough money here live from what I teach you, then join the trading group. Everyone says, dude, can I get a free week? I'm like, dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm not trying to beg you in here, man. Just keep coming to the live stream. A lot of people say they make a lot of gains off the live and then they join the group. I gave away what I have for free, man. All right? I gave away what I have for free and people kept coming. So, I'm not here to sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. I'm here to show you how to get it done. If you like that, keep coming back. Okay? If you're having the time of your life right now, hit the like button, baby. Shout out to Escape Path. We love you. Amen. Then when you do this, we do this all day long. Exactly. Mog just keeps ripping. Dang, man. Why'd I have to get the one with the N in it? It was Mog or Mong, and I was wrong. It's fun to see a coin rip like that, though, isn't it, everybody? Shout out to anyone that's in Mog just getting paid right now. That thing is flying. Look at that thing. Adam and Eve double bottom, and it was gone, baby, gone. Ascending cup and handle, excuse me, on the burp there. So sorry about that. It is carbonated, so in my defense. You guys told me about Mog earlier today, and but another 50%. Crazy. Should wait for my Palau ID to come in before transferring money to MEXC. Up to you, man. I don't have a big deal with it, but it's up to you. Stay hydrated, everybody. Amen. Join the Lifers back in 2021. Shout out to Hoosier McCrypto. Hoosier McCrypto, the Hoosiers, man. You're funny, man. Bobo's been out of control. Shout out to anyone that jumped into Bobo and made massive gains. More to come for Bobo. That thing was huge. Look at that thing. Boom. There's one thing I wanted to check out. Oh, yeah, you just said Bitcoin on it. I was like, there's one last thing I wanted to check. And I was like, why am I sitting here? I was like, I'm super tired and I want to take a shower. I love taking showers. It's like my favorite thing to do. I like hot showers, man. Is this getting too intimate? But I just like taking a nice long hot shower. It's just like my favorite thing in the world. Probably not good for me, but you got to get the really good filtered water. I mean, even tonight, look, you get this like choppy, just be careful. I see chop all night long. Let's hold 52K, baby, and have a party. You know what I mean? I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless each and every one of you. I'm not long or short. It's Sunday night into Monday. There's really no edge right now. I see some chop. Again, I'm not entirely bullish unless we get back above 53,375. Use that area and double. If we break above that, like on the 1 hour, and we retest above the 200, I'm good. That's going to be a nice long, right? But also, chance we stay long as the 7 minute and the 15 don't lose the 200 SMA. Okay? Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. May God bless you all. Thank you so much for sharing your most precious asset. And that is your time. I really, really appreciate it. And with that being said, I can't wait. I guess my destiny is to teach. For whatever reason, I ended up here on YouTube teaching, and now we're here together. So God had a plan. Let's keep going and find out where it goes. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Amen. Thank you so much for each and every one of you coming to the live. It means the world to me. I'll see you tomorrow.